Okay, good afternoon and welcome to the Committee of Adjustment meeting for March 20th. My name is Brian and I'm going to be chairing the meeting today. Any pecuniary interest by anybody today? I'll take that as a no. Okay, our first application today is an application for minor variance, and it's at the Riverstone subdivision. And staff report.
Thank you, Chair. The subject property forms part of the larger Riverstone subdivision and is located at the northeast corner of the Farnham Road and Riverstone Way intersection. In 2020, the subject property received zoning approval for the construction of a 35 multi-unit development under the former zoning bylaw 3014. The subject property is now zoned residential type 2 zone under the city's new zoning bylaw 2024-100, which permits a range of housing types, including stock townhouses, but at a lesser density to a maximum of 26 units for the subject land. This application is therefore requesting that the density established under the former zoning bylaw 3014, which permitted 35 units, be utilized for the construction of a stock townhouse development on the subject land. Additionally, the application also proposes to utilize additional servicing capacity from the adjacent Park Meadow subdivision proposed to the east of the subject land to achieve a total of 36 stock townhouse units. Zoning bylaw 2024-100 provides for a transitional process limited to 3 years from the passage of the bylaw, thereby allowing the opportunity for developments to be reviewed under the former zoning bylaw if it had a complete or approved application prior to the new zoning bylaw. At this time, staff have not received any comments from the public regarding this application. Thank you. Back to you, Chair.
Thank you, staff. Is there anyone here from GLC Development or Gertzma Homes? Want to come up? Do you have any additional questions, comments, concerns?
I do have a comment. I just wanted to clarify regarding the additional servicing required for the proposed additional unit.
Could you just turn your microphone on?
Oh, hit the button, yeah. There.
Oh, there you go. Just wanting to clarify regarding the additional servicing required for the proposed additional unit count of 1. 26 units were originally proposed for phase 5 of the same subdivision. Right now, we have adjusted that to be 24 units, which would be a reduction of 2 units in that subdivision. And with the reduced unit count, the additional servicing capacity for block 128 should suffice.
So you said there's 24 units? I thought we were talking 35, 30.
This is for a different phase in the same subdivision.
Oh, in the same subdivision, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, do you have any comments on?
No, I was just, Chair, I was just adding to that, that is from a different block to basically account for the one additional unit for this block that we're presenting for.
Okay. Okay, any questions for this lady? Anybody in the audience wishes to comment on Riverstone? If not, thoughts, concerns? Motion? Motion to approve. Moved, second. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Okay, our next application is a minor variance at 47 Chestnut Drive, Belleville. The owner is Stephen and Karen Broadhurst, and the agent is Prestige Windows, Doors, and Sunrooms. And staff?
Thanks, Mr. Chair. 47 Chestnut Drive is located on the east side of Chestnut Drive, south of Gale Crescent and west of Moira River. This minor variance application requests relief to increase the maximum permitted lot coverage from 40% to 40.5%. This relief would facilitate the construction of a 3-season sunroom, which would replace an existing deck attached to the rear of the dwelling. The official plan designation of the property is residential land use. At this time, staff have received no correspondence regarding this application. Back to you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And sir, you have any questions, comments? And you are from Prestige Windows? Yes, I am. Okay, any additional questions, comments?
No, I think it's very straightforward. In the pre-meeting, we went through everything, so I think it's, no, I have no other questions.
Basically, the deck is being replaced by a sunroom, but it's a little larger, that's all, than the deck, correct?
It's actually the exact footprint of the deck, of the existing deck.
Okay, all right. Nobody else in the audience to comment on Chestnut? Okay, if not,
I would just like to hear from the city, why this was an adjustment was needed for this, like why this came before us today.
So basically now, it is an existing deck, and the deck doesn't have a roof, so if it's not covered by a roof, it's not counted in the lot coverage. But now it's converted into a sunroom, then more space is, under a roof, and more space will be enclosed. So basically they are increasing, the lot coverage, on the lot.
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Chair, just a clarification, is this a Belleville or a province-wide policy, just out of curiosity?
So this is the definition of lot coverage, and so basically for a deck, the space occupied by a deck is not counted in the calculation of a lot coverage, but a sunroom is. And in terms of whether it is a provincial regulation, I think every zoning bylaw has definitions for lot coverage, and I think this is a general interpretation that is applicable throughout the province.
And finally, through you, Mr. Chair, is there any thoughts about, like, can the city modify a bylaw so that this isn't required for this sort of matter?
Through you, Mr. Chair, yes, it's something that the city could look at. I think when we adopted our new zoning bylaw, though, there was a lot of consideration given to what, what is worth considering as coverage and what's not. And the reason for considering it as to whether or not it has a roof cover is because if something has a roof cover, then all of the water that runs off of that is going to a single point source. Versus such as an eaves trough or something, where with a deck you have slots between the boards, and the water can infiltrate and such. So I think that's why that consideration was put in place at this point.
okay. Any further comments, questions? Okay, thank you. Motion by Joe, seconded by Robert. All in favor? Thank you. Okay, that concludes that part of our meeting. We need confirmation of the minutes of our regular meeting of February the 20th, 25. Moved by Michael, seconded by Robert. All in favor? Carried, thank you. Any other business? Correspondence? Our next meeting is April the 17th. And if no further business, adjournment. Thank you, Scott. Thank you.